Welcome along to round 6. This is Supercharged Motorsports Monday Night Sprints, and I'm joined by Casper. Casper?
Yeah, it's Casper. Hello. Polish and the Irish, a combination made in heaven, and we're in Austria for the first race of 2.
Absolutely, yeah. To be honest with you, I'm very jealous. It's a track that I genuinely love driving, so be interesting to see how the guys get on out here. For yourself today, what do you reckon here is going to be the biggest? Well, I suppose the biggest key point in terms of overtaking here. Do you reckon it's going to be turn 1, turn 2, or turn 3?
Around here, you can really sort of see overtaking all over the shop. So generally, you're thinking the big hairpin at the top of the hill, big spot as well. The you say turn 3, I say turn 4, but whatever. That third corner at the end of that last DRS straight, that's a big space. Also, keep an eye out into turn 9 as well. You can see a couple of moves into there, not often, but now and again. Someone makes a poor exit out of 7 through 8 into that 9 and 10 final sequence. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. So we're into the one-shot qualifying here. So I don't think there's much commas we can do here because it's going to change every single second. But
yeah,
to be honest with you, looking here at the minute, TKM Ultimate, he's probably going to be new for you to see. I would have known him for the PSRL days and Formula Fanatics back years ago when it was originally done with the F1 leagues. TKM is normally a fast driver now. He's only new to this game, so interesting to see who he does. He actually works in F1 in real life. He does all the audio and broadcasting.
Oh, I'm gonna have to chat with him because that sounds interesting. Keep an eye out. Again, the top 2 at the moment, Cooper and Mr. Neon, they're going to be chopping and changing. They were in Imola and Monza last time out. They finished 1-2, 2-1. So the net actual championship difference didn't change, but keep an eye out for those as they come into the race.
Absolutely, and looking here at the ERS, I can see some people have used it a lot more than others. This will be interesting to see, but coming across there to Mr. Neon, looks like he's just done enough as Scott's Warrior that we see on screen has decided to bin it. So Mr. Neon has, but quite a margin, half a second.
Yeah, that was a big margin. With Fatal, he went wide through turn 10, and that triggered the track limits, and then he just binned it for the sake of binning it.
Interesting for you though, as well, is that in the timing screen when I was looking at it there, fastest sector 1 was actually Cooper, 28.775 or 755. Fastest sector 2 was Quick Mick. Oh no, sorry, fast sector 2 was actually Mr. Neon at 19.83, and then Mr. Neon then last sector was a 104.675.
Yeah, I mean, the first sector is basically turn 1 and the hairpin at the top of the hill at turn 3, basically. So there's not really much time where you can gain. So the time differences are really minimal through that first sector. It's the second and third sector which has got much more of the cornering, and that's where you gain or lose much more time in comparison to the first.
Absolutely crazy. And looking at just kind of the other things, well, so everyone obviously went on sauce with that. Now, normally I've seen in the past was that Ludolf and ERC would try a different tire sometimes, messing about.
It's not a surprise from Ludolf to try different tires, as could rain.
Ooh, it's looking like there's a bit of a rain dance happening, Ari.
Yeah, it could rain. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, SimTech F2, I was in the box for that one. Um, and the Inters, well, the F2 wet tires,
Hmm.
some of them would take having punctures sort of just
Okay.
past halfway. So it's going to be interesting to see if the tires can actually last the difference should we go on to the intermediate set of tires. I imagine it would, but then again, there's just a little bit of extra jeopardy that comes into play.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how this one does go. Um, it looks like.
Tires at the moment as well. If you go into Race Director, you can see the tires. And at the moment, everybody's on mediums, other than Mr. Neon on the soft tire. He's on pole position. So everybody else going for the medium first.
I wonder why they're
At
doing
the
that
moment,
though.
anyway.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because like the soft tire around here does last as well. I would have assumed. And if you're expecting a safety car earlier on as well, it might make a difference.
A possible strategy it could be if the soft tire does last. Mediums hope to God for an early safety car, and
Hmm.
then just use the softs till the end, so that then you've got the worst tire sort of out of the way.
True also. True also.
So
Good.
could go either way.
Yeah, it depends on, I suppose, how they're thinking with this one. Of course, it's a short enough field here today, but I'm going to do an announcement here now anyway. In terms of the F1 side of our community, from next season we're going to be running a true sim grid, like I do with my ACC stuff. So I've added this half a season, this kind of third of the season to sim grid as well now. So we're opening
Oh,
up on
grand.
that to bring in a lot of new drivers into this because there's thousands of drivers on that. So we're taking the step, I think, now just to make that step onto sim grid. Obviously, in terms of what changes, it's just every driver has to register on SimGrid
Hmm.
and then apply for the to race with us. But then it's still the same stuff in Discord. An awful lot less stuff will be going on. There'll be still the graphics will go in for the likes of the head-to-heads and standings, but it's all going to be done through SimGrid. Where actually these drivers as well will build their own driver rating as well over time, and then if they see other leagues that they want to race in, they'll see then that they have actually a driver rating as well, that they've kind of done a good elo for themselves as well. So it's going to be good for the drivers, beneficial for our current drivers, for new drivers, as well as others going forward.
And I tell you what, it has started to rain.
Wow.
To add a little bit of extra jeopardy to that. But great to see SimGrid coming in. Obviously, like you said, a lot of drivers are on SimGrid itself.
Yeah.
So it's always great to see just more drivers in general wanting to come in. But yeah, it's always good to have more people, I find. I think most drivers find as well.
I'll be straight up. We definitely need more.
Fair enough.
We do have. We should have a lot more active for whatever reason, be it the summer or whatnot. So this is it. We're looking at other ways to improve and get more people in because we want, ideally, for season 6 to actually have 2 grids. The layout of the racing's going to change as well. It's not going to be sprints anymore. We've done a community vote and got an awful lot of really good feedback from the community. So I'm going to run the F1 League next season along with obviously all the admins, Rabsy being the head admin on the F1 side of things. It's going to be a mixed race season. So one race could be double sprints with a reverse grid. The next race could be 100%. The next race could be 50%. And there could be like one-shot quality reverse grids. The last race, like, this is the thing, your starting position could be even done off, the results as in the standings. So the last race could be reverse grid, the standings having whoever's last in pole, and there's going to be an awful lot of
so it's like a mixed bag kind of thing.
We are going to do an absolute magic bag. These have worked in the past before with Fanatics. Back in the day, with me and Pete, we had 130 drivers and we never got a complaint. So we're going to really go back to kind of the grassroots of things with this. Now let's go on to tyres. The only person on softs is Crossy. Everybody else is on mediums.
And given that again, it has started to rain, or it is going to start to rain. Interesting choice.
Absolutely, it'd be interesting to see how we get on with this one. So in terms of,
well, we're underway. Looks to be a really good start from Mr. Neon as they come into turn 1. It's 3 wide further back. With Quick making moves, he's gone down the inside of both of Ludwig, hasn't passed Leo, who's got come into contact with Crossy, giving him a 10-second time penalty. Now they come up to the top of the hill. There's big mayhem here for 5th place as well, even 4th place. As Fatal goes down the inside, Ramsey has to try and defend. It's still too wide as they come up to turn 4 now. Quick Mick trying to look to see if he can make a move. Can he dive down the inside? Yes, he does. He's making a move here at turn 4. Ramsey still hanging it around the outside, and it's still going to be too wide through the kink at 5 and towards 6. Who's going to have the advantage? Quick Mick hangs it around the outside. Brilliant move by the Alpine, and I thought Ramsey was going to dive down into 7.
That was absolutely brilliant stuff. And there's an awful lot of trust between these drivers. There might be a small group, but these guys have been racing with each other all the time, so you can trust to send it around the outside and to make it stick. And that was absolutely phenomenal stuff there.
That was brilliant from Quick Mick. Certainly sort of move of the season material, if anything, as he's now hunting down Fatal, who's gone slightly wide through turn 1, and that's all the impetus he needs. There's no DRS in play as well, which is quite interesting, if I'm honest. I think the track conditions are getting a little bit too wet for it, but Quick Mick's got past Fatal. Oh, there's Ramsey! What's happened there?
He got the brakes a bit too late, it looks like, but Lord Ricaz goes by, but also PKM Ultimate is putting Mr. Neon under pressure off the bat here.
Rossy's also the first person to put onto the intermediate tyre, so first of 9 at the end of the first lap. As new guy for me, Ultima is closing in on Mr. Neon, who I think is 2nd place in the championship.
This could be a big thing here, but I honestly think Crossy probably pitted a few laps too early. I don't think the crossover is just there for intermediates. He's going to overheat them for the first 2 laps or so until this rain hopefully comes down a bit heavier for what he's hoping for.
And that's going to cause even more wear, even more damage, and come when the intermediates are actually going to be the better tyre, he's going to struggle battle for the lead. With Mr. Neon and TKM Ultima, he's taken the inside line through the kink at 2, and he's got well past through the chicane that the MotoGP bikes use here in Austria, and up towards turn 3. He's got the move done, but can Mr. Neon retaliate now?
I think this is his best shot to retaliate. The inevitable, as Lord Ricaz and Ramsey is going for it.
Ooh.
Not enough room there as well. He's left the right.
Yeah, Mr. Neon's also got back past. Ultima struggling on traction on those medium tyres, gave him a little bit of a gap for the Alpine, as it is truly starting to rain cats and dogs.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, to be fair though, Mr. Neon actually squeezed TKM Ultima near the turn in as well, though. Ooh, as Ricaz goes sideways there.
Ooh.
So to be fair, I think the gap was built up because, you know, he was bumped into as well and had to get out of it.
And Ultima's in the pits now as well, as is Fatal.
I think that was an extremely smart move there. Ramsey is in the pits as well, so Cooper stayed out, Mick has stayed out as well. I'm not sure if that is the right move now with the rain going the way it is.
Well, we'll see in about a lap's time. Pasteleo is coming in as well. Lord Rick has come into the pit lane as well, so everybody's coming onto the intermediate tyres. It really is, for want of a better word, pissing it down here in the hills of Spielberg. DRS is disabled now as well. So the game thinks, yeah, it's too wet for dry tyres, as Quick Mick, dive from all the way in the Czech Republic, and a little bit of contact as well. They're still going too wide, battling in the rain, but Cooper's got the inside through 6. Quick Mick tries to hang around the outside, a little bit of contact as well, forced wide is the Alpine, but he's got the move defended, does Cooper, so that is 2nd place for now, but they've got to come into the pits now, I think.
Can't go any longer than that. Quick Mick though, super aggressive. Mr. Neon finally jumps in the pits, and the good thing is at least, ooh, to me look like Cooper nearly missed the pits there. Now this is the one for me though. Will TKM have enough pace now to get in and avoid him now? Will it?
Well, he's a little wide through 9, coming through turn 10. They're coming down the pit lane now as well. This is going to be really interesting. I think he's off the pit lane speed limiter now. So I think he's got it.
That was a lovely there. And look how strong it was as well.
Yeah, converted about a 1 second gap in Mr. Neon's favour to 1.2 seconds in Ultima's favour. So complete different change at the lead. With Fatal in third place, given that he started in 7th as well. Brilliant moves for the Haas.
Yeah, that's absolutely cracking. Cooper was on a bit of a back foot there as well. Sorry, in 4th. He's now 4.8 seconds off Scott's Warrior. Mick, though, is ahead of Ramsey, but he's 3 seconds behind Cooper. It's going to change a little bit around there. And poor Crossy, though, going into them inters just too early. He's now 20 seconds off.
Yeah, at this point, if he wants to get anywhere near sort of a top 5 finish, he needs to hope to gobble someone makes a mistake. But everybody's looking pretty, I don't want to say stable because it's wet, but pretty safe at the moment as Ultima goes wide, as does Fatal coming into turn 9. We're starting at lap 6. We've got 13 to go. And it's already becoming a race of strategy here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think now it should be a race to the... TKM goes way too wide. He wasn't going to be doing that often. Wow.
Yeah, go wide into turn 1 is pretty common. I did see him do it on the last lap as well, as they were coming out of the pit lane was Mr. Neon and co. As Crossy gets 3 seconds for track limits, first one of the night.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. And just to give you a bit of information, so looking on the ERS, TKM and Mr. Neon both kind of between 70 to 80, but the guys behind are all running super low. Fatal Defiance on 29, Cooper's on 24, Quick Mix on 18, Brabsy's on 59-60%, and Crossy's nearly on 100%.
Yeah, Rick has on 20, but Patalo's on 70, around about as well. So it's all a load of different varieties. As the top two are saving their battery, they're all, both of them are just about 90. I thought Ultima was going to lose it between 9 and 10 there for a second.
Same,
but he manages to...
I'm after getting a message though from Total Wolf though. His tyre wear seems to be much higher than Mr. Neon's, just FYI.
Ooh, that's gonna cause a problem. Could be needing to pit, maybe, for a fresh set of intermediates. Whether that'll give him extra grip in the later stage of the race, heavens knows. We'll only see once they come through. Good old Mike Wallace saying it's not over till the fat lady sings. So who knows?
Sorry, I was trying to sing there, Fritz.
You're not a lady.
Well, for Mike, it'll be anything.
Well, I mean, it's 2024. You really can be anything.
I won't get into that conversation.
I mean, have you seen what's happening at the Olympics?
Oh, man. Don't get me started.
I don't want to. I don't particularly want to be having that debate tonight. Polar's not doing particularly well at the moment. I think we've only got like 5 medals so far.
I'm not sure. I think we've only got like 3 or 4 medals or something. So.
Yeah, but you've got that gymnastics gold medal in it, so
Yeah.
we haven't even got a gold one yet.
You get a gold if you're calm. Sorry about that.
Ah, you flirt.
Some say Mike has taught you well. Others say you've taught Mike. I don't know.
It goes both ways. To be fair, in a battle for the lead here. Here we go. Ultima versus Neon. Ultima goes wide through turn 1 again. We've seen that multiple times from him as they come up the hill now towards turn 3. He's got the outside line, has the Mercedes. A little bit less tyre, though, has Ultima, and they're still too wide. He's got better traction out of that third corner and out towards turn 4. He hasn't got the grip, has Mr. Neon, which is crucial here in the wet, important traction zone. He goes very deep into 4, though. Opportunity for the Alpine, but Ultima parks the car exactly where he needs it to go, so no move there for the Mercedes, for the Alpine even, which could be parked by Mercedes soon. Do you think it's time for wets?
Do you reckon it's getting to that stage where the Inters are starting to struggle?
I don't know. I don't think we're far, but I think maybe another couple of laps. But again, I'm not a driver. I did 3 races back when it was ERC Sunday, and I only finished one of them, and I finished last. So, please don't expect me to provide any much racing experience. And here comes Mr. Neon again. Ultima much more on the racing line there through that first corner. Back end squiggly on traction. Can Mr. Neon dive down the inside? Contact. No move.
Yeah, no, he thought better of it there. The one thing I will say, Mr. Neon's using his ERS slightly better. Tyre wear, I suppose the difference in tyre wear is the extra lap so far done.
That's very true. Yeah, again, Ultima deep into 4. Opportunity for Mr. Neon. Has he got the traction this time? He's got the inside line, but he's going to be fed the outside through turn 6. Can he make it stick? We saw Quickmick do it on the slicks, and he's done it on the inters. Both Alpines making moves through turn 6 in this race. Brilliant stuff. We're only just halfway.
That was absolutely textbook beautiful. But look at this though. Ultima's coming back at him now. Ultima needs to get a good run out of here.
And the crucial thing for him as well, he needs to not go deep into turn 1. We're on lap 10, 9 to go here in the hills of Spielberg. A little bit of a problem for traction on Mr. Neon's part, but Ultima has the same problem, so it's all sort of level pegging coming up the hill again.
Yeah, and the two of them aren't really using ERS this time. Oh, wow.
Oh, 10 seconds for exceeding track limits for Ultima. Now, that's a new one. I've not seen that one in this game yet.
How was it 10 seconds?
It must have been, like, I don't know. Because usually when it's track limits, it's 3 seconds for multiple warnings, and that's what it falls under. And this is the first time I'm seeing 10 seconds.
I'm wondering, is it because he missed a corner in the game for some reason? Thinks he just cut the corner and went flat out.
But then it would have said corner cutting. That's the thing. I don't quite understand where it's going.
I've never seen that before. I'm confused here now.
I'm honestly confused as well. My theory is he went wide on entry off the racing line, and the game considers that like you can pick up a lot of speed if you take a slightly wider line through that third corner.
Okay.
So that's my running theory at the moment, but I honestly could not tell you.
That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. At the minute, just going through all the lap times, you've got Mr. N at 115.192, although Cooper's in the 115s as well. Last lap, that was TKN at 117 with that error. Fatal Defiance then at 116. Or sorry, Scott's Warrior 116, 127 then as well, which is quite interesting. So it's a lot of people are in the 115s. I don't understand how there's one or two that are up near the top with such higher times other than one error.
Could simply just be pace or a better setup. It usually comes down to either of those factors. I'm just also looking at the championship picture. Cooper on 229 after Imola and Monza last week, which was a pair of very good races, mind you. I thoroughly enjoyed being in the box for that one. But should things stand as they are, I think going into COTA, we're looking at a 1 point difference.
Wow, that's a big one at this stage of the season. Only two more race nights after this as well. So only 5
However, it doesn't.
races.
This doesn't factor in Ultima's penalty, so it could be 3 in Cooper's favour. But still, it's damn close.
That is unbelievable. And Scott's Wire is actually sticking with Ultima. So I'm just wondering, do you reckon he'll have the pace? Like, looking at the lap times, I'm not sure, although TKM was slower slightly in the last lap without any major errors, so I'm just wondering now, is it a case now that TKM's tyres are starting to affect him more? In terms of tyre wear, he actually has better tyre wear than Scott's, but it's still
Well, that's what I was going to say as Fatal slides his way into the final corner. But, you know, it's going to be difficult for Fatal to get past because we've seen how Ultima fights, and he fights very, very hard. I don't know. He does have that 10-second penalty anyway, so as long as he can keep within 10 seconds, he'll pick up second place, which is, God forbid, unless something happens to Scott, then, he's pretty much guaranteed it. But, there's always that possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully, nothing too bad will happen anyway.
Hopefully. Hopefully not too much. Well, we're approaching 5 to go here. Mr. Neon leads in what could be a 1-point championship deficit after this race. TKM Ultima in second with a bizarre 10-second time penalty, latched onto that Mercedes. Fatal in third, Cooper fourth, Quicknick in fifth, with Rabzi in sixth, Rickaz in seventh, Pasteleo in eighth, and Crossy, who went on the intermediate tyre a little too early, in last place at this point in time.
That's unbelievable. Absolutely. You've more stats than I do. I think you're definitely learning from Paco Wallace.
With age comes wisdom. Let's put it that way. So Mike Wallace is a wise bastard.
He's the wisest.
Still a bastard, but a wise one.
He's a handsome one too, though.
God, we shared a bed as well.
I definitely don't want to know about that. Jealousy.
No, honest to God, true story. Me, Lou Dolph, Mike, and a couple of the other ERC guys, we met up in Nottingham. Nottingham? Yeah, Nottingham. And me and Mike shared a bed in Travelodge. Nothing happened, I should add, but it happened.
Anytime that happens, they deny it. I didn't even ask that and happen. You just come out and say nothing happened, which now implies something happened.
The reason I say that is because every time I say that me and Mike shared a bed, everybody immediately goes to, did you shag? And I'm like, no, we didn't.
Well, you can just tell us here. We're not going to tell anyone, did you?
No comment. I'll let Mike reveal it if he wants to. But I'm going to stick by my guns and say nothing happened. As Ultima does go wide again into turn one, braking problem for it.
I'm actually on here with Lord Rickaz and giving people a little bit of airtime as well, as we are spread out. So I'm going to go back to Crossy. This season for Crossy, I know he's not really had a teammate in, but I'm really impressed with how Crossy has developed as a driver since I've met Crossy several years ago. It's been quite impressive, and look, he is going to go up there. Unfortunately, his choice in pitting was just way too early. His tyre wear is double everybody else is looking at it, so he will be struggling. But he's been a very, very good driver. I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on next season as well, and for the rest of this season, because he's P6 in the championship at the minute as well. So I'm really happy for him. He's a good dude.
Exactly, and again, he's here. He's picking up points, which is more than can be said for people like Logan and K1 Skies behind him. So he's gonna have that extra advantage. Okay, he may not necessarily be catching up to the likes of Rabzi ahead of him in that sort of battle for 5th place, but it's still points, still an advantage. Which could play into his hands a little bit later on towards the final couple of rounds. So, consistency is key, especially in sim racing, and, turning up, getting the points can sometimes be the difference between a couple of positions or even a championship in some cases.
100,000%, I agree with that. And then these guys here, the Portuguese kick drivers, Pasteleo and Lord Rickaz as well. Two very good drivers. Of course, we know Lord Rickaz back from the SNRC days, which evolved into ERC, and obviously all the other communities since that he does racing as well. Lord Rickaz
is Rickaz Portuguese?
Yeah, from Portugal.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he loves a pastel banana. Something like that, I can't remember.
I couldn't tell you. I don't even know who or what that is.
He's choosing a lot of bacalao, that dry cod.
Okay.
Then, of course, Rabzi, the legend himself. What's he, P5 at the minute?
He's P5 in the championship, 165, 4 points ahead of Crossy. So again, that championship battle is looking really tight for 5th place. He's 61 points behind Fatal, so not having massive hopes, but who really knows? Fatal's not here in 1 round and could easily pick up 40 points, and then he's back in the race.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rabzi, you know, he's 6th place at the moment in the race, 5th place in the championship. I've seen him a couple of times in stuff like ERC as well. He's top notch. I love the bastard to bits, so can't really say much else.
He's not the worst at all.
That's damning with faint praise.
I love Ramsey, knows that. Fate in the Finds here as well, another very, very good driver, and has been, I think, probably not really shown his full potential this season. He's had a few hard moments in this season. I reckon there's a lot more to come from him over the next few coming seasons.
Yeah, I'm just referring to the stats as we're about to start the final lap now as well. 8 top 5s, all 10 races finished in the top 10, 2 third place finishes as well. So, you know, he's showing some class, and I reckon maybe not for this season, but I think this is a good base to start up a championship challenge for season 6.
I'm with Mr. Nail, but I'm going to jump back to Cooper, who we need to talk about as well. He's been absolutely phenomenal this season so far, and he's a lot of catching up to do now in the next race, as unfortunately he's dropped a good bit of points here.
Yeah, again, we're going to factor Ultima's penalty in here. So he's going to finish 3rd. The current points gap is 7, with Crossy ahead, so that will drop down to a 3-point gap.
Yeah.
Which, again, going into any race is mighty close.
Yeah, but it's enough, in my opinion, to really motivate Mr. Nairn that bit more and push Cooper all the way to the line. So for me, losing them points here this evening to Mr. Nairn in this race, he's going to feel that going into the next race. That's going to be the back of his mind. I'm wondering, do you think that's going to get into his mind then in terms of how he attacks the next few races?
Quite possibly, as Mr. Neon picks up his 3rd win of the season, as Fatal does take 3rd, Fatal does take 2nd, Cooper 3rd, and Ultima in 4th place with that really weird penalty that was dished out to him about midway through the race. Quick Mick takes 5th with Rabzi. Actually, Rabzi takes 5th because of Quick Mick's penalties. You can see the gap on your screen. It's 0.021. That's how close it was once the penalty was taken into account. With Ricard 7th, Pasteleo in 8th, and then Crossy going to finish in 9th place. And pardon me.
That was I have to say that it was a very good race, and also the rain made it that bit more exciting. When is it going to be?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, look at Crossy drifting.
Austria drift. Goodness me. Or I hope he doesn't stack it now. He better not.
He is lucky the wheel didn't come off that.
I was worried. I was worried he stacked it literally centimeters before the line. Yeah. Oh Christ! Driver of the day, Fatal. I'd be inclined to agree there.
Yeah, that was yeah, I think Fatal definitely deserves driver of the day there. That was a very good drive from Fatal as well. Wow, I'm just lost for words at the minute with this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring the game back there just off the screen, because obviously now we're going to be going to the next part of the race.
Yeah. I'll just quickly run you through the standings, the standings as well. Mr. Neon does win the race, Fatal 2nd, Cooper in 3rd place. Ultima, is this his debut this season?
It actually is, and I actually need to add him to the standings.
Wow, what a dick. Ultima in 4th place on his Season 5 debut, Rabzi 5th, Quick Mix 6th, Ricard 7th, Pasteleo 8th, and Crossy 9th. That's one race. We've got another at Kota coming your way. Don't go anywhere.
This is exactly the one, but for me, Kota is one of the best tracks on the calendar for F1 to race on. It's so much fun.
Oh, it's certainly up there. I mean, you know for yourself, we did a Comms Cup at Kota as well.
Yeah.
And it was a damn good race.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It's TKM.
Uh,
Brilliant.
Also, should we rub it in Andrew's face that he only got 22 points?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, yeah. It's a running joke in the comms chat that Andrew only got 22 points, whereas the rest of us got, I think it was like 80, 90, and 100 points.
But see, if I remember right, didn't Andrew? He was so cocky. I was like, "Oh, I'll definitely
Yes.
win," and you know, you
And then
had to
he was
see.
singing "O Flower of Scotland" at the end.
That made me laugh.
If you want to watch that clip at international_panic on Instagram, it is on there. I did upload it not long after the event. It is on there. Give it a watch because oh my god, the man's dulcet tones could shatter any window.
What a legend! What an absolute legend! Did we just miss a driver there? One of the drivers.
I was going to say, I think we saw someone leave.
Oh, was it TKM? I wonder.
Yeah, I think it was because it was fourth place that's left. He's typing in chat.
Yeah, let's see what he says. I'm just
He said so far very disappointing way to lose a podium, especially as those were the first wet laps I've done in this game. Should that be true, that is a hell of a performance.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's a good driver, as I was saying to you. Like, I know he has the pace. So for me, yeah, it's a shame on the penalty. It's something we definitely need to look at. Because I don't understand where that penalty came from, to be absolutely honest.
I think it was on the approach for turn 3, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't quite guarantee that it was from there.
Very unusual.
Yeah, it's very unusual. Again, first time I've ever seen any penalty remotely like that. So I honestly don't know.
It's crazy. Honestly, it's absolutely crazy. And the good news is I've my standings already done. So do you want me to give you the live standings on what's going on?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so bear with me now. And one thing render up. There we go. So live standings, Cooper is actually ahead, by 3 points.
Yeah, figured.
Neon then. So then behind that, Quick Mick is... So where are we? 10, 15 points ahead of Fatal Defiance. So Fatal Defiance actually can try and fight for P3 in this championship. It's not beyond any realm of possibility. I think Rabsy just needs to hold off Crossy. There's 12 points between them now. Then Logan is a good bit back from that. K1 Skies is behind. Yeah, and then the rest are down. Obviously, Wilder get well soon. I know he's out sick at the minute, so that's why he is not able to race.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I can't race because I was doing the SRO races the last 3 Mondays for the ACC for Supercharged Racing Team, and I'm here tonight. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this championship plays out. Of course, Cooper is the Season 4 champion, don't forget as well.
Well, there you go. He's got the advantage as well. Just quickly, I don't want to say it's like a statement, but he's popped something in the Discord chat, his Ultima. As I said earlier, I'm going to drop out to avoid risking ruining someone's race. I didn't realize it was 2 races tonight. Mr. Neon, that was some good clean racing while it lasted, but in the end you just had more pace than me, but I lost loads of time clipping the penalty I got, and then I had no chance to catch you up. A lot of fun though. So that's verbatim there from Ultima himself. So we're only going to have 8 drivers in this second race.
This could be either really good or really quiet for us.
I mean, either way, as long as it's not a mixture of both, as long as either one or the other, I've found is okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I personally hate when it goes up, then down, then up, then down, then up, then down. Either stay up or stay down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Just a smidge confusing.
Yeah. No, I'm after going through a few more bit of stats that I wanted to test it out myself. So for anyone who shared their data, I have their data there. So the longest stint was Crossy, 17 laps on the intermediates, an average lap time over 1:15.9. TKM was 16 laps, an average lap of 1:13.43 during that stint on intermediates.
Nice.
I'm going to throw them all in chat now in a second. I'm just trying to render them up.
Yeah. Yeah, just quickly while you're doing that, I'm gonna you threw in your own announcement. I'm gonna throw a little one in of my own here. International Paddock have gone through a little bit of a rebrand, so instead of Extra and Extra 2, we've got Paddock Blue and Paddock Red. That's all on Twitch. So go find us there, as well as at international_paddock, which is the main one.
Has that changed then, other than just the branding? Is it?
It's basically just the branding's changed.
Okay.
So there's still 3 different channels. It's just the names have changed. Everything else is staying the same. So if you are watching ERC 100 on Extra 2, that's going to be on Paddock Red. If you're watching Simtech F1 on a Thursday on Extra 1, that's Paddock Blue. The only thing that's changed is just the name and the logo.
So where will Supercharge be down on Mondays?
Same place as it's always been, which is the main channel, unless we can't get in which case it'll be on Paddock Blue, which is rare.
Quick Mix lost that and is out of qualifying. We got that live.
Well done.
So it's Mr. Neon now from Cooper.
Yeah, Mr. Neon and Cooper do seem to be sort of trading places a lot early on in this qualifying session as they come through the hairpin at 11. They've just changed places again and again as they come down this massive straight into turn 12, big braking zone, big overtaking zone into 12 as well. Another overtaking spot, turn 1 usually, through the S's if you can keep side by side, which is a challenge. This section here as well, usually really good for fights.
Yeah, Cooper is nailing it so far. He is after jumping ahead of Mr. Neon, and Rabsy, his teammate, is in third at the minute as well.
Again, we were talking about Rabsy earlier, crucial points. Here, if Rabsy wants to try and fight off Crossy for 5th place in the championship, I do believe, or 4th. As they come up to the line now, Mr. Neon has overtaken, but who's going to get a pole? It's going to be a really, really close margin. Up to the line, it's really close. It's 6 thousandths of a second.
God damn.
That's how close.
Wow.
And the top 2 on in the championship, once again, are the top 2 on the grid.
That's unbelievable.
Well, there you go. You can see the results on screen. 0.006. Yes, you're seeing that right. Rabsy in 3rd, Fatal 4th, Ricaz 5th, Passaleo 6th, and the Quick Mick and Crossy didn't set a time, probably due to hitting track limits.
Yeah, well, Crossy DSQ'd. He was probably just chilling now, having a cup of coffee, on Crossy. Just chilling. Just to give you a quick one there on the sector, as fastest sector 1 of Cooper, he was 0.259 faster than Mr. Neon. Sector 2 he was less than a 10th faster, but then sector 3 was Mr. Neon, then a 30.497. He was nearly 3/10 faster than Cooper. So all the hard work Cooper did through the first 2 sectors was lost in sector 3, the second last turn. That long left hand or right hander is where he lost 3/10 of a second then to Mr. Neon.
Triple apex right hander and then the 2 lefts, which are there in that final sector. I'm still thinking about sort of Crossy, legs up, having a brew, and just chilling while qualifying is happening. I'm just loving that concept.
Yeah, I think that's what Crossy does. He relaxes, has a cup of coffee, probably texts his Papa, says hello to Papa, the usual stuff like that.
Papa, I miss you. You're not in the comms box.
Yeah, it's weird without Papa in here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you've got me, and I did my first comms ever with Mike, so
it's kind of nice. This is my first time doing comms with you, and it's great because I just get to sit back and let you do your thing.
Oh, you lazy Irishman! What a surprise!
Oh, it's great.
yeah. Let the Polish man do all the work, right? Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
Sure has to be.
I'm gonna be putting in a complaint. I swear.
My complaint is the bin.
What, is that your house or what?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Christ.
Sure, while
oh my goodness. Did I? Oh right, I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press the button to go into the menu, but I pressed the button next to it, which is screenshot. So I took a picture of the pit lane.
Nice.
Tyres at the moment, we're looking at pretty much equal with softs and mediums, and there's no clear correlation really either.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what people actually go for. I see Rabsy said to ready up now. So let's see what they do. If I was them here, I definitely wouldn't go softs. It'd be medium or hards all day long here.
Oh yeah. Go on.
So I was just saying, I know in 22 the hards were absolutely OP around here. Whether that's the case now, who knows?
Well, we'll see, I'm sure, as we get the formation underway. I mean, Coates is a tyre muncher, in all sense of the word, because you've got that fast first sector, which absolutely chews up your tyres. You've got the final section as well. So, you know, plenty of corners where tyre grip is crucial, and you lose a lot of it as they come through this first sector. Tyres again, everybody's on mediums other than Mr. Neon. It's the same as that the first race in Spielberg.
Interesting. May just throw that back. Well, yeah,
maybe he thinks there's a little bit more life in the softs than we expect there to be.
Do you reckon he's expecting that in the first corner? But then again, if it happens in the first lap, you don't get it straight away.
Well,
Ignore the hards to the end of that.
Possibly. I mean, realistically, you'd need to pit probably what, lap 4, 5? You've got 10 laps on a single set of tyres, which, you know, 25% race around here. Your tyres are going to be dead on arrival. Which, I mean, it'll be great to see it work. I mean, past few races, Mr. Neon hasn't really finished other than first or second. So, you know, he clearly knows what he's doing. But we're going to see what happens in about, 25 minutes time, give or take?
Yeah, I would say, for me, I'm just going to go for Imagine here. I reckon Prosty's going to go for a podium.
Ooh. Interesting.
So that's what he wants to go last, the first challenge.
I think Quickmate could get something here. And I'm not trying to piggyback off your concept at all.
No, well, Quickmate does have the pace if he doesn't lose. If he lost it through the S's. Which can easily happen, we know as well. Rabsy for the win, though.
Rabsy. Ooh, interesting. 14 laps here in Kota, race 2 for Supercharged event number 6. And we're away. It's a very good start there for Mr. Neon. Those soft tyres working, doing exactly what he wanted. The two kick Saubers trade places. And then there's a quick mix trying to go up the inside of the other kick Sauber. It's also side by side with the Alpine and the Haas. As it is nose to tail. Cooper trying around the outside of turn 2 into turn 3. They're side by side coming into the S's. Contact! There he goes! Big changes in the championship. Cooper, championship leader, virtual safety car. Cooper is out.
And I was actually more focused on the Rabsy side by side of Scott's Warrior when that happened, thinking that could be trouble there, but then next of all it happened right in front of him.
Contact with Mr. Neon, probably the smallest bit of contact, but through a really high-speed section, that's all you need. The safety car is now out. I know it says virtual safety car at the top left side of my screen. I don't know if it says the same thing for you, but the yellow blob is coming through turn 2 and it's just stopped on the mini-map, so the safety car is out and in play.
Yeah, I can see that there. Actually, what I might try and do in a second, I'm going to send you a screenshot of what I'm looking at to give you an idea just what the stream is going. So,
well, I'm just using the basic game stuff because I'm running on Xbox. So.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool. But that's the live timing thing that I was telling you about. So it shows the safety cars in there, but it shows all the detail.
Avaganda, shall we? Avaganda. Ooh, gorgeous. That looks juicy.
Yeah, so we're waiting for the safety car to pull up. Now, Mr. Neon hasn't gone into pits, strangely enough. Stayed out.
Rabsy 10 seconds. Ouch. Crossy also in the pits, as is Rickaz, off the mediums, and I imagine onto a hard tyre.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens. Hooper in Discord. Well, that's the championship over.
Wowzers. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, no, exactly. Again, anything could happen. There's still, what, 2 events to go?
Yeah, 2 events, 4 races. So
2 events, 4 races, 120. Do you do fastest lap points?
Yeah, there is indeed. So there's I think it's a point or 2 points fast lap. A point anyway.
I'll check the point structure. It's a point for fastest lap. So, there's 124 points on the line, not including this race. Again, assuming Mr. Neon wins, he's 27 down.
Yeah.
That's not insurmountable in 4 races.
No, not at
Does
all.
require a good little bit of luck here and there,
Yeah,
but it's
Cooper has the
definitely
pace.
doable.
He has the pace to. If I was him as well, back out with like stuff like that and get them on a simpler. Like if you wait until like the long back straight into, I can't remember the number of the turn, but you can hold
12.
off into turn 12, yeah, and just calm off, wait till then, get the move done, and focus on even turn 1.
Yeah.
S's.
The fact that I immediately knew that it was turn 12 is slightly concerning, but anyway.
Impressive.
Is it? Is it really?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Fair enough. I'll just let you butter me up, why don't you? Thanks, Dad.
The greatest commentator. But then again,
Oh,
I'm only saying some. Of course, Papa is my love of heart. You know yourself.
Fair enough. I'm a very close second.
Like looking at the tyre wear side of things as well. Mr. Neon's tyres are already 10% more.
Yikes. A couple more in the pits as well. Sorry, Rabsy and Lord Rick has come in the pits.
Rick has hardly gone into softs, is he?
He has. I think it was a mistake in the pits. So I think he's pitting off the soft and onto mediums.
Okay.
I think that's another mistake.
Wow.
I, honest to God, do think that's a genuine another mistake on the game's part, probably.
That's crazy.
Because putting it on the wrong tyres, that's nothing really new. At least for this game, it's happened a few times. I've seen it. But having that come into play around here when you need the hard tyre, that hurts.
Absolutely.
That must hurt, yeah.
This game is a good-looking game in terms of how they've done the detailing. I will say that.
Looks, yes. Everything else, no. I have a saying, and I have to repeat it quite often because I say it whenever things don't work. EA making a game that functions as intended. Can you sense the sarcasm?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, safety car is in this time around. As we're coming on to, we're going to have 11 laps once they come through the start of the finish line. Now that that's happened, do you happen to have any favourites for maybe a podium?
Did Rabsy get the service 10-second penalty?
I do believe so.
Okay, so Rabsy for the win.
Fair enough. I do just want to say, I said quick Mick podium.
We did say Cross against the podium, didn't we?
And he's third. So I'm claiming that as a victory for Poland.
Wow.
Yes. Big, I know. And there he goes already. He's got a big gap to Fatal has Mr. Neon as they come across the line, starting 11 to go. We go green, green, green for the first time. after a safety car. But I think everybody's sort of strung themselves out, other than possibly Ramsey, who could be looking for a move up the top of the hill into the first corner, but not to be.
This time around, I have a feeling Mr. Neon should be able to pull away from Scott's Warrior. But Quick Mick is going to, I think, find it a bit more difficult to get the job done, I think. Scott's Warrior actually has slightly fresher tyres than Quick Mick, so Quick Mick is in a bit more of an aggressive setup in terms of how they've attacked the track, which means you'll have a faster race car, but the tyre wear just will be a killer.
Thought he was going to go for it into 11, but he takes a tighter line, but a little bit more traction for Fatal, and he's got that position defended at least for a little bit. Also battled for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Crossy, Ricaz, and Ramsey. They're again starting to string themselves out ever so slightly, but it is still really close here at the back. Always good stuff out of the guys. You're saying like that like it's a surprise.
Castellello and Ricaz are actually very small. Maybe getting through the cars in the top 4.
The power of Portugal is coming through clearly.
That's the only time you'll ever see a kick car at this aisle.
I mean, it's taken them to get a grid of 8, but yeah, technically, you're not far off. Opportunity for Quick Mick. He's closing in up towards turn 1. A big overtaking opportunity. He's cool. Thought he was going to clash into the back of Fatal. Thankfully, thinks of his front wing and doesn't go for it.
So Crossy is starting to become a cork in the bottle for Lord Ricaz with Ramsey right there as well. Crossy is running the harder of the two compounds. Both cars behind her on the mediums.
Yeah, we've got two sort of trios coming along here in this mid stage of the race. We've got Fatal, Quick Mick, and Pasteleo, and Crossy, Ricaz, and Ramsey. There's a change for second as well. Quick Mick does get the advantage into turn 11. Ooh, what's happened there with Ramsey a little further back? Possibly a little bit of contact. As it looks like, yeah, Ricaz got ahead of Crossy. That is 5th place for the Portuguese. Crossy's down in 6th. Ramsey's in 7th. Yeah, that's again a moment where I say EA making a game that works as intended. It doesn't change to green flag running for a while.
Okay, just got
yeah, I don't know why, but it just does that. Good old EA. I'm hoping someone else buys the license for 25. I hope to God. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen.
They just need to leave it at one game and just make it better. They could release this next year with the upgraded cars, but make it better.
Side by side for turn 1 into 6th place. As Ramsey and Crossy is side by side, and Crossy down at the bottom once again as Ramsey does get ahead using the inside line at turn 2, and he's got past another opportunity as well of Fatal and Pasteleo to have at it. They're coming through turn 8, and then the left-hander at 9, Kink at 10 as well over the top of the little hill here.
That's what we want to see. Pasteleo, though, it's a big lock up there. We'll start putting the pressure onto this cars now. As Fatal defines, we'll knock off DRS and no proper defence here.
Would also be having a change for the lead here as the Alpines. Quick Mick has got DRS. He's using the left side of the track down the inside. Can he make it stick? Is Mr. Neon going to go for the switchback? No, he doesn't. He doesn't fight it. And also bear in mind, he's on the soft tyre. That tyre is not going to be lasting much longer. So he's going to need to pit now, if not soon.
Yeah, and if I was Quick Mick, I'll be letting that position back later on to help his teammate out for the Drivers' Championship.
I mean, again, assuming he gets that far.
Yeah, this is you know, we're taking about this, that there's not going to be another issue. We're all back again.
Then he comes. So Mr. Neon is going to be at the back of the field. Who else needs to pit, actually?
Everybody else beat as far as I know.
No, so
Oh,
Quick Mick, Pasteleo, and Fatal also need to pit.
Did the Goose is not pit.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't actually look at the pit stuff there. Sorry.
And Pasaleo's up to second now as well. Fatal in third. So Rabsy, you were saying Rabsy for the win. Rabsy's in a really strong position here.
He's gonna win it.
The only thing that it does depend on is how long he can make those mediums last.
So what he
Because it could come to the end of the race where he's got the last 2 laps and the tyres are on 70%. They're near dead, and you get someone like Quick Mick or Mr. Neon scything through with hards on 40.
all he needs to do is, I'm going to look at this here because it looks like Costello and Scott's Warrior back at it, and Costello loses out this time round. But what Ramsey, all he needs to do is treat this like a lady, nice and gentle. He ease the tyres in, lead them on, and get it home.
Jesus Christ, it's never worked for me, but...
That's the Papa Wallace school of chatting up women.
Oh, I do not want to listen to the Papa Wallace school of chatting up women. Jesus Christ. That is that is a... Oh, my goodness. Well, yeah, well, to be fair, again, we were talking about wisdom comes with age, but only in certain topics, I think.
Just don't talk to him about Christian Horner. He's still not a Christian. He took Ginger Spice away. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Fair. I mean,
well,
yeah.
At the end of the day, Papa was in love with Ginger.
I can see why.
I don't.
Well, yeah, because you're ginger, she's your own kind.
Well, I'm only half breed though. I'm a mudblood.
Ooh,
Ramsey
ouch.
hits the back of Costello.
And Paslow picks up 3 seconds of track limits as well for his troubles. Rabsy goes wide but doesn't pick one up. You'd imagine that's at least 1 track limits warning through here as we're past halfway now, as we've been chatting about chatting up. Fatal, Pasteleo, Rabsy, Ricaz and Crossy now again into this big old train for second place. Here's Pasteleo going looking down the inside. Can he make it stick? Fatal's using the extra pace. But pardon me, a little bit of extra grip, I think, as well on those tyres. He's using the inside through 13 into 14. Contact Rabsy. Pasteleo, 3 seconds picked up as well for Rabsy now. So he's not really treating him like a woman, like Colm said he should. Oh my goodness, what's happened there?
Front end plate went off Rabsy's car with the compact or the impact. We passed it, so Rabsy can't be feeling this now.
Ouch. So now with those penalties, Ricaz is again in a really good position. Who's that who's not come into the pits? That's Rabsy that's not come into the pit lane. So again, he's in second place, whereas Ricaz in relation, he's just under a second. So again, if you can keep it within that gap, as we're on 6 to go here, an unexpected Portuguese Ricaz win, I think. Now that would be one for the storybooks.
Necessarily, because Rabsy can still defend him. Quick Mick has to win. Rabsy could still do this.
Rabsy can very well still do this, but again, Ricaz just needs to stay within 3 seconds, and if he does, then we're talking about a win. But big if.
Crossy could
big ol' if.
like we predicted as well at the start of the race.
Could very well.
Because it's
Could very well do.
5 seconds clear of Mr. Neon. Looking at the lap times from Mr. Neon, where we Alpine 1:35.777 last time round. So you know what? 36.7. So there's about there's a second in it. So yeah, it's a second of lap. But you can't focus on the second of lap.
You get 4th place here. Or even 3rd. Oh, but mistake for Ricaz coming through 14. Dive down the inside. Does Crossy contact as well on the front wing of Crossy, but he manages. I don't think he really picks up any damage through there, but he has picked up a 3-second penalty through the apex of I think that's 17.
Can I just say one thing now? Fuck.
Context curse.
No,
Yeah, fuck you, Cole.
I'm so annoyed right now because he needs now to really pull on his A game.
And he's 9 o'clock. I can say whatever I want. Fuck you, Cole.
Well, it's my channel. You can pretty much say what you want within reason.
Yeah, but I try not to swear on comms till after 9.
On my ones, I probably do swear more than I realise it. But
Well, yeah, but again, not to stereotype, you're Irish. It's pretty standard.
Wow. This is the man coming over and taking everyone's jobs wherever he goes, Mr. Gordon.
I'm literally at university. I don't have jobs to take. Believe me, I've been trying to take someone's jobs and they wouldn't take me.
Lord Rickaz is gifted to win there because Rabsy's after getting himself a 3-second time penalty.
Oh. And Mr. Neon's on for a podium here.
Wowzers.
I reckon Mr. Neon could pick up second here.
No, Crossy just needs to stay. He needs to keep him 3 seconds behind. This lap he's probably going to lose a second. Crossy still has a chance at holding on to P3.
Wait, has Crossy got 3 seconds or is Crossy on 6?
I'm pretty sure he's only 3. Maybe
He's on 6 now.
Oh, the goose.
Rabsy's on 6, Crossy's on 6, Pastaleo's on 3. That's how your penalties stack up at this point in time. But yeah, I think Mr. Neon could easily pick up second here. Yes. He's 9.5 seconds down on Rabsy and closing.
I don't think, well, Rabsy is lapping, that's a 1:37.6, okay, he's lapping quite slow compared.
I've just been watching through this third sector. He's closed about 0.6 of a second through that third sector.
Yeah, just don't forget,
at least.
He is missing a good chunk in his wing.
Oh, well, that can't help.
Yellow is looking for the overtake now on Fatal Defiance. Fatal is defending.
Very hard, but trying to ride the rodeo, he's using the switchback. A little bit of contact as well, probably impacted his traction, but he's got ahead anyway.
Wow. Quick Mick could be looking at P3. Because he's right on the back of Mr.
Crossy does give the position. I think something must have happened with Crossy because he dropped down to 4th, so Mr. Neon guaranteed 3rd. If he can close up another, 2 seconds, just under, over the next 3.5 laps, he could pick up second. I don't quite think he's going to be able to get first, but I think second is easily on the cards. The Alpines are having it out again. Quick Mick does go down the inside, so he has picked up the position on the soft tyre.
No team orders at play here at Alpine.
I mean, there's no team principal at Alpine either, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They've continued the tradition of getting rid of their team principal at Spa.
And their engines.
Well, yeah, that's very true. Honestly. Again, rumours, I don't know how concrete they are, but I've heard Alpine could be powered by Mercedes as soon as 25.
How disappointing is it? They're literally only looking at that as a business then now. They're cutting out the cost of the engine. They're going to try and make the team work as much as possible and sell it.
Yeah.
Because at the minute, it's just not working the way the drivers are being treated. Even the team principals, I just think whatever, I suppose, what's the way of saying this?
Just sell it to Lotus, then buy it back again 5 years later. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what happened though. I'm trying to think though, what's the word I'm thinking of?
I don't want to be in your brain. I don't particularly want to be reading it.
It's not that bad.
The amount of fucked up things that go in your head, I can imagine. No. Actually, I don't want to imagine.
I don't know. The philosophy, I think it's the philosophy, the way they have everything
okay.
is absolutely wrong. The way they approach
I agree.
Racing, the team, everything seems wrong at the minute. And I think it was very, very, very a big kick to them when Ocon decided not to take him on to race for them. Because Ocon had said in a statement afterwards, he kind of made his mind up mid last year, that he wanted to leave the team.
I can't say I blame him. It's not a particularly good team dynamic to have 2 Frenchmen because they'll both surrender. But yes, I'm doing the French surrender jokes. Try me. But no, genuinely, I kind of feel sorry for Alpine, but then again, I don't. Because like it's Renault, they've been in F1 for God knows how long. There's a change of position for 3rd as well. Mr. Leon does retake 3rd place, and now he's within a 1.5 seconds of Lord Rickhouse, so he could feasibly take the win here.
Rabsy though, he's pulled out a 4-second gap on Rickhouse.
Well, regardless, that's still 5.4 to Mr. Neon and 5.7, I think, to Quick Mix. So he's off the podium if things stay as is. But yeah, do you know what I mean? I kind of feel sorry for Alpine, but then I kind of don't.
It's their own fault. It's their politics.
I mean, they've tried to bring back Big Flav, but I don't think that's quite worked yet.
I don't think Flav will work the same way he would have worked in the 90s, 2000s. I think
here's Mr. Neon again. He's taken what is the effective race lead, and Quick Mix could be taking second place very, very soon. He's going around the outside of 13. Can he make his stick? He's on newer soft tyres, and to his credit, he's damn well done it.
That was a lovely.
Brilliant stuff by the Alpines. I mean, we did see it in Austria, you taking moves around the outside, and we're seeing it again. So, you know, Alpines like taking the outside line, clearly. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait to age yourself there, Cole.
I know. I'm 37.
I'm 20. I'm 21 in 2 months.
Oh, you are ancient. You should retire, man.
If I'm ancient, what the hell are you? Prehistoric?
Prehistoric is exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, God, we're on the final lap. Rabzi's got 3 seconds on Mr. Neon, but he's got 6 seconds on penalty, so he's going to be dropping down the field once the checkered flag comes into play. There's not really going to be much changing of positions at the bottom either because of penalties. Because, well, Pasteleo, if he can close within another second and a half, because Crossy's got 6, Pasteleo's got 3, he could pick up 5th, which wouldn't be an inherently bad result at all. But here we go. They're changing positions once again, and the Alpines Quick Mix taking the lead. Is this bad for the championship fight for Mr. Neon? Could he regret it in 2 weeks' time? I wonder. We'll see once they cross the line in Abu Dhabi in, 14 days' time. But Rabzi, well, what could have been?
Yeah, it's a tough one. But do you know what? It is what it is. I think it was the contact with Costello that broke his wing. And then, sure, obviously, after that, you're not going to be able to take corners the same. You'll be understeering and everything else. And this is a track you need your air to be on point.
Yeah, exactly. Rabzi coming up to the line. It's a short run to the line out the final corner, but he takes the win on the line. But Quick Mix is going to take it on the penalties. It is an Alpine 1-2 with a Ricaz P3. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but it did. The gap was half a second in the end between 3rd and 4th, so nicely done by Lord Ricaz to keep within that gap. Crossy 5th, Pasteleo takes it, but again, 1 penalties have come into play. And Fatal spins. Is he doing donuts? I think he might do.
He's only doing it now because he's won.
Well, there's that, and also he's lost his front wing, so that's probably why as well.
He's lucky to be licked off.
Oh, goodness me.
That was alright. To be fair,
that was alright.
I was shocked.
There was a good few shocks in that race, but it was good.
Yeah, for a small field, they put on a good show for us, in fairness. I was expecting it to spread out and then we wouldn't see much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's unbelievable.
Good stuff. 2 more weeks to go for Supercharged.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then, as I say, we're going to be on to the new structure. And should be quite interesting.
Should be quite interesting. I'll be with you all for next week, and then I might not be for the week after because I think I'm going to Lake District then.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to miss the finale, unfortunately. But regardless, it's going to be a good set of races anyway. Quick Mix takes the win here, the second win. Mr. Neon opens up the championship gap to, I think it'll be about 25, which, you know, again, it's big, but not insurmountable once it all comes into play. And next week is a week of the Middle East. We've got Bahrain and Jeddah.
Yeah, and this is going to be an interesting one next week. Bahrain, across a classic track, but Jeddah can kill the faint-hearted.
Oof. Believe me, it really, really can. And if you're not up to scratch, I've seen it before. You very, very easily get lost.
100%. Well, look, I really want to thank you for coming in and doing comms with ourselves.
My pleasure.
Of course, it's back all on International Paddock from next week. This was literally just for me to test out a few bits tonight.
Oui.
So, merci beaucoup, s'il vous plaît, oui, oui.
Flag LeBlanc.
Baguette. But sure,
I thank God you said B, not F.
I definitely won't be saying that. But come here to me. I'm going to end the stream here before Casper gets me banned from every single platform there is known to man. And
I can easily do that.
Exactly. No, but thanks again. And back to normal on International Paddock for next week.
See you soon.